it's Saturday night, we're running late, but it's still hockey night in the hangar, and it's very much the last day of school term. The TSI World Berkshire Bees welcome the Sheffield Steeldogs to town for the last home game of the season for the Bees, and the Steeldogs are in town with their brooms ready. It's 4-0 on the year for the men in orange and white. They're looking to complete the set to make it 5-0. The Bees are just about to be led out tonight by Max Wright. We will run through the teams very quickly after the national anthem presentations. Going into tonight, this is what the table looks like just as we head into it. Obviously, a lot of it is decided. The playoff fixtures were released in the week. The Rumford Raiders are 7th for now. They need one point. We've thrown everything off tonight by jumping in front. Telford and Solway are in the battle for 8th. Solway have to beat the Milton Keynes Lightning this evening. The Telford Tigers have to win against Swindon. If they fail to do that, it is all to play for on tomorrow night's game in Shropshire. Steeldogs cannot move anywhere apart from 6th. They also have the Milton Keynes Lightning and the Swindon Wildcats already in their playoff group as the fixtures were released earlier in the week, as I say. We'll have the teams for you shortly following the national anthem. We'll speed run the lot of it tonight. Apologies for the delay. That was due to a broken Zamboni. It's all better now. We'll be back with you shortly. Today's games, as Luke tells me now. Swindon Wildcats against the Telford Tigers starts, well, probably about 5 minutes ago, as did Leeds v Peterborough. Solway v MK, Bristol v Hull, all kick off at 7 o'clock. We'll keep you updated on those as the night goes on. So sit back, grab a cuppa, get the takeaway ordered, and we're back with you with the team lineups, more importantly, in about 2.5 to 3 minutes' time.
Welcome to everyone out to Snow Ice 3, the home of your TSI Well Berkshire Bees. Just a few things, of course, before we do start today's game. At the heart of our club are the people behind the club. Each and every week, all our players, wives, partners, and families give up their time so the players can train and play over the weekends. As many come and cheer the players, and whilst they celebrate every goal, they also feel every check, hit, or punch. A community club runs on its volunteers and the endless time each and every one of them spends before, during, after, and in between the games. As a club, we simply cannot exist without the group of volunteers that we have here within the TSI World of Berkshire Bees. The Berkshire Bees are eternally grateful for every family member, volunteer and player who make up our club. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a massive hand for all your volunteers, all the players, and of course everyone inside the TSI World of Berkshire Bees. Before we move on, if we can please ask the supporters club to jump onto the ice, and if we can please ask both the captains and assistant captains for your TSI Well Berkshire Bees to step forward as the Bees supporters club hand over a cheque of £44,000 to the Bees this season. Big thank you to every single one of you who have bought pucks, ducks, merchandise, you name it, from them. It's gone back to the club, so big thank you to every single one of you. And finally, if you can please ask Marcel Ballas from the Bees and the captain from the Steeldogs to step forward, please, as we do tonight's sponsored puck drop, tonight with Amanda May. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you're able to remove any headwear as we play the national anthem.
out of the way. It's almost time for your Saturday night's main event, and with the help of my wonderful producers team, let's quickly go through some team lineups. Firstly, for the home side, the TSI World Berkshire Bees. They line up as follows: 5, Ollie Nags; 12, Hallam Wilson; 13, Marcus Mitchell; 15, Ty Cathcart; 16, Adam Erskine; 19, Will Stead; 21, Marcel Ballas; 23, Dominic Gabay; 24, Dan Rose; 27, Josh Smith; 71, Josh Kelly; 74, Liam Morris; 88, Kosh Martin; 94, Stuart Mogg; 95, Jacob Ranson. Backup netminder Dean Skin. Starting netminder for this evening, Max Wright. 15, 27 and 4 on the year, 908 save percentage, 4 flat goals against average in 2,732 minutes in the crease. For our visitors this evening, the Sheffield Steeldogs, as Nick frantically fixes that on the fly. Our visitors this evening, the Sheffield Steeldogs line up as 5, Brady Doxey; 6, Ben Morgan; 8, Walker Sommer; 13, Morgan Clark Pizzo; 17, Jacob Browner; 20, Jonathan Phillips; 22, Ollie Turner; 29, Nathan Ripley; 36, Henry Adams; 37, Elmeri Halfors; 42, Tim Smith; 43, Sam Cooper; 71, Jack Branner; 72, Ivan Bjorklund Nordstrom. Trying to fit that one in, weren't you? 81, Charlie Thompson; 90, Jonathan Kirk; netminder 31, Dan Crow's the backup; and starting netminder 34, Curtis Warburton. 5, 3 and 1 on the year, 874 save percentage, 3.83 goals against average, and 532 minutes in the crease. So as we say, last day of the school term here, very much for the Bees, trying to go out with a bang at home against a team they have not beaten yet this season. The Steeldogs, a perfect 4-0 on the year. The 2 games here in the hangout have been close. There was the absolute barn burner 8-7 game, which was just chaos. As Nick rightly falls with the referees in the Water Wings of Power, Mr. Wilkie, Mr. Hugh Portman, Mr. Linesman, Mr. Guy Davis, Mr. Justin Lalonde. And the Dogs on their last visit here winning in a shootout. And hopefully we'll have some semblance of normality tonight as the Dogs quickly fire one up this near side wall. Icing is called and given. We'll go the length of the way back. Obviously the big one for the weekend, no Raul Cesenis. He starts game 1 of a 5-game ban, which was rightly deserved. Jokes on the league, he was never playing tomorrow. He's not allowed to play against Peterborough this season. Face off to the right of Warburton. Bees win it. Good tie-up run the Steeldogs forward, and they'll break the other way. Bjorklund Nordstrom onto his left-hand side. Shot saved by Wright. Halfors unable to fire that one home. Cathcart does well to get it away from Doxey. Loses out to Halfors there, and that allowed Bjorklund Nordstrom back in over the blue line. Couldn't quite get it on his forehand on that occasion, and scores it away by Morris. Baz just flips it up and out the zone. Smith collects. Back out the zone, collected by Nags. Centre ice again, gets his pocket picked by Halfors. No one there in a white shirt to help. Cross-ice pass finds Josh Smith, tips it on ahead. Warburton out of his net to play it. Running around the boards, Phillips. Out the zone. First minutes of the evening for Walker Sommer. On the national website, he's on 99 points. That does include a shootout winner. So all eyes on the 100 tonight. Ripley runs into trouble. Kelly takes it away from him. Smith fires up to Ranson. Rose will fire into the corner, bounce off the advertising boards almost in front of the low slot. Ranson backhands a shot on goal. Nothing really challenging there for Curtis Warburton. Dogs over the blue line the other way. That one is off the shoulder of Wright, and he will hold on. Fired on net by Sommer. 54 goals to his name, and some absolute beauties here this year. Go back to the game before Christmas, firing one in over right shoulder from the goal line outside the hash marks. One of the better goals of the season we've seen here. Bees with the draw. Mitchell finds Martin, shoveled up to Wilson. Chip and chase as it's played on net. Warburton forced to cover up. And does so. 2:07 gone in the first. Bees win the draw. That pass splits the defenders. And goes and links the way back. Collected by Mitchell. Takes a wicked bounce off the boards and is headed on by Erskine. And along to Jack Brammer. Mitchell with the dump in. Bees go for a change. Turned over at the Dogs' blue line. Goodbye. Over. Away from Morgan. Goodbye. Snaps the shot. That one's off the mask of Warburton. Still in play. Dogs want to turn over. Brammer tries to clear it. Batted down by Cathcart. Doesn't quite keep it in the zone. Playing on ahead. Kelly spins away from Thompson. Goodbye. Lovely little pass up. Finds Balaz. Balaz in on goal. Winds up. Fakes the shot. Fires on. Rebound in front. Somehow that does not go in. There's an arm in the air, not entirely sure what for. Here's the follow-up, and that one, well, that's just skied by Josh Kelly up and out of play. Face off to the left of Warburton. Tied up, Bees can't come away with it, Dogs clear the zone. Carried over the blue line by Bjorkley Nordstrom. That one takes deflection off the stick of Kelly and up into the netting. Dogs win the draw. Back to the blue line. Shot takes a deflection off Bjorkley Nordstrom. Tipped wide in the net on this occasion. Lovely pass in front, only finds Josh Kelly, and that one is clear. Cooper mishandles that one. Collected by the Bees. Kelly can't get under control. Foot race to the loose puck. Kelly, unaware of where the Steeldog is, now knows where it is, and Halfords keeps his composure. Goodbye. Carried into the zone, away from Kirk, spins back. Deflected pass, finds only a Steeldog, and they'll break the other way once more. Lovely pass in front, lovely save for Max Wright. Phillips still claims he's being hooked by Marcel Balaz. And puck stuck in Max Wright's equipment. He's now trying to find it. The lovely feed across to a charging Jonathan Phillips. Max Wright makes the save. Bees come away with the draw. Morris played up to Smith. Not the crispest pass, and still somehow manages to pull it off as Dan Rose forces the puck ahead. Warburton handles net the point. Sommer collection inside his own face-off dot. Goes coast to coast in front with another pass to Nathan Ripley on this occasion. Sommer collects back to the blue line. Smith turned away by Nance. Down low to Sommer again. Finds Phillips, tries to go back to Sommer. Sticking along the ice for that one. Sommer away from Smith. Still with it. Fired across the front of goal. Phillips unable to tip that one home. Sommer evades the hit from Smith on this occasion. Flick towards goal. Morris gets it under control and skates it up ice himself. Liam Morris drives in the centre lane, escorted away, looking for help, doesn't get any. Dogs can carry back. Quickly turned over though to Hannah Wilson. Mitchell, long stretch pass, finds Erskine at the Dogs' blue line. Played on ahead. Martin will put pressure on Morgan, but experienced team man, I suppose we can call him at this point. Unfazed. Morgan fired into the zone, collected by Mitchell. Clearance doesn't beat the man at the blue line. Brammer offside, so Dogs have to leave the zone. Wilson. Kelly gets centre ice, dumped in. Blown dead. Puck off of the bench. 6:12 gone in the first. Dogs win the draw once more. High flip. Kenny gloved it down ahead of Doxy. Push on ahead. Cooper beats goodbye to the puck. Pass up ice finds Bjorkley Nordstrom. Holds off his man. Drives the centre lane. Shovels off to the right hand side. Collects the puck. Blocked by Cathcart on that occasion. Morris tries to clear. Does so. And it's 3-on-2 the other way. Balaz over the blue line. Balaz across the front to Goodbye. And Dom Goodbye pops the water bottle. The Bees on the quick breakout. Open the scoring. 6:42. Dom Goodbye's 31st of the season. The turnover is capitalised on. Goodbye on the back door. Beats the despairing dive of Curtis Warburton. And finally, a bit of clinical play from the home side. .79 on the season for Don Goodbye. And Marcel Balaz on 77 now. We'll wait and see if there's a second assist on that one. He's gone down as Goodbye from Balaz instead as the Bees are over the blue line again. Morris pinching in, shot, saved by Walton. Doesn't look comfortable on that one though. Caught him a bit short. Dogs play it up ice. Cathcart stops and hesitates. That almost lets Jonathan Phillips in. Balaz able to clear, only as far as Phillips. Spins away from Stead. In the corner. Shuffled round the boards, finds his way to Sommer, helped along. Shot coming in from the blue line. Smith, backdoor chance. Phillips again. Fired back to Sommer. Can't get that away. And Goodbye collects the puck. That pass from Dom behind Stead on that occasion. Both teams get changes in. Puck up ice. Brammer over the blue line. Shot on goal. That one's saved by Wright. But he's never really looked to get settled in on that shift. Trying to drop into a 3-1-1 on defence. Never really got set up. Bees win the draw. Kelly, pinned to the boards by Clark Pizzo. Wilson comes along and collects. Helped up ice, Martin, stick lift on Turner. Martin into the zone, tries to drop past to Erskine. Too many bodies in the way, breaks that one up. Dogs the other way, lovely little cut inside by Morgan. Fired down low, Jack Brammer can't get that under control, lets it run through the nags. He loses out to Thompson. Wilson does well to get it back. Clearance kept in the blue line by Morgan. Fired across, Clark Pizzo towards the front of the net. Tip from Jack Brammer takes it wide of the goal. Bees the other way, 4-on-4. Erskine will go into the corner. Wilson spins away from one, runs into troubles, is pinned to the boards. Erskine out of the ball battle, starts a new one himself. Puck knocked loose, Dogs can't clear the zone. They will now though. Morris, squatted behind net by Bjorkley Nordstrom. That pass, not the cleanest, collected by the Dogs. Nordstrom has to carry it back out over the blue line though. Offside is called and given. Staying neutralised on that one. 9:37 remaining. Bees win the draw. Knocked into the Dogs' defensive zone. Kirk is there to collect. Kept in by Mitchell. Ranson fired through the slot. Deflection off a stick. Carries it away. Dogs able to clear. Foot race to the puck, and it's 3-on-1. Here's now the chance. It's the front of net. Halfor's lovely drop pass. No one there. Right with another glove save on Kirk. Bjorkley Nordstrom wheels, fires towards net, off a leg in front. Puck trips through to Mitchell. He'll just hammer that one clear. Both teams again just resetting. 9 minutes 20 remaining in the first. That pass not the cleanest for the visitors. Balance. Fired across the zone. Kelly will have to collect. Runs into trouble and Dogs break the other way. 2-on-2. Into the zone. Brilliant poke check there from Gabai. Bouncing puck. Kelly holds off Sommer long enough to clear it. Foot race to it between Balaz and Cooper, and icing is called. Almost disaster for the home side. Kirk under pressure from Ranson there. Maybe snapped at the shot a little too fast. Almost over the glove of Wrighton in. Dogs win the draw. Move along the blue line, far towards the net. Right, makes a save. Up off the stick, into the glove. He'll hold on. And we'll let the Bees get a change in. Just the one defensive change. No, two. They are going to change both. Bees win the draw. Morris. Little source pass up to Balaz. Finds Gabai with space up the right-hand side. Steps in, tries to get around Smith to the front of the net, and that one off of Warburton and away. Bees still with it. Gabai tries to find Balaz on the goal line. Pass back, deflected. Gabai just takes a huge swing and a miss at one. The Dogs will break the other way. Lovely little move from Bjorkley Nordstrom. Backdoor chance. Big save, Max Wright once again. Ripley. Sommer fires. That one's wide. Ripley spins away from Nags, fouls on that one, trickles through to Sommer. We'll say he meant the pass there. That pass deflected away by Nags, foot race to the puck. Balaz gets there, first ahead of Adams. Good work from the young Brit to escort him away, and offside called. It's deemed Ripley didn't get back onside in time. Well, add this one to the end of season highlight reel. I think if Max Wright gets there about a tenth of a second quicker, he kicks that in his own net. So the Bees getting lucky with that one again. Kelly up this near side to Martin, just trucked by Ben Morgan. Kelly turned over, Thompson tied up. That is going to be a penalty, and it is one of the more obvious ones you'll see. Hallam Wilson, 2 minutes for hooking, 12:24 the Steel Dogs go on the power play. I say Hallam Wilson, They're not sure who it is. No, it is going down as Hallam Wilson. There we go. 12-24, the Dogs go on the power play for the first time tonight. 45 goals on the power play this year for the men in orange, a 27.95 success rate. That's the 5th best in the league. The Bees penalty kill has given up 43 on the year, 77.25 success rate, good for 3rd in the league. The Bees will clear the zone. Sommer under pressure from Stead to go back and collect it. Good work by Sommer and Kirk. Prevents any trouble. Puck finds his way through to Phillips. Spins away from Morris. Back high. Kirk. Puck finds his way through to Halfors. Bjorky Nordstrom poked away by Goodbye. It'll be kept in at the blue line. Pass finds Halfors. Pass wayward. Stead will clear. Gives me enough time to say Steeldogs power play goals led this year by Elmeri Halfors and Jonathan Phillips, both with 9. Walker Sommer on 8. Jonathan Kirk on 4. As it's played ahead, that pass behind Phillips, collected by Rose. Runs into a bit of trouble is Bjorky Nordstrom. Halfors. Back to the blue line. Sommer. Towards goal! Off pipe and in! And that is .100 according to the national website. It's goal 55 on the year though. And more importantly, it's 1-1, 13:37 time of the goal. He makes it look so easy. Little deflection maybe off the stick of the Bees player in front who goes to close him down. But it's just pinpoint accuracy from the man who probably should be player forward of the year at least. 100 points, and I think it's 4 penalty minutes. Ridiculous numbers. Bees win the draw. Wilson. Going back to Kelly, 6:15 remaining in the first. Walton out of his net to play the puck. Cycled round, Cathcart pinches in ahead of Clark Pizzo. Sommer from Kirk and Jack Brammer is the second assist. I think that's Ivan Bjorky Nordstrom's. The shot comes in from outside the hash marks by Thompson, held by Wright on this occasion. Jonathan Kirk now with 32 points on the year. Another outstanding season from the D-man. Dogs win the draw. Shot from no man's land, straight into the glove of Wright as Cathcart and Brammer tussle at the top of the paint. And now Josh Martin gets involved with Charlie Thompson. Potential for fireworks to end this season. We'll see how that goes on the rest of the night. Bees win the draw. Marks will drop it off for Wilson. Bees unable to clear the zone. Still not out. Dumped into the corner. Brammer there to collect. Able to turn away from Nags. That one bounced off the side of the net. It was aimed towards Charlie Thompson. Doesn't find him. Bees the other way. Morris. Leaves it for Martin. Erskine. Loses out. That one's high up into the Bees bench. Off of the plexi. And that one will stay inside the dog zone. 5:14 remaining in period number 1. Face off won by the Bees. Smith fired towards goal. Kicked away by Warburton. Dogs will look to break. That pass finds its way through to Bjorky Nordstrom. Kept in the blue line, fired towards goal. The tip from Doxey takes it away from net. Halfall's a no-look pass, only finds Dan Rose. Nordstrom kept it in the blue line. Shot through traffic, saved by Wright. I'm not sure he knew much about it. Wall of players in front. Rose over the blue line. Away from one man, tries to fire one in short side and it clangs off the iron. Lovely pass up to Bjorkley Nordstrom, drops it off. Halfors dispossessed by Gabai. Both teams go for changes. Gabai ahead, rides a check from Adams. Balaz finds Gabai in front. That one knocked off the stick of Stead. Dogs the other way. Halfors, little chip round Mitchell. So nice he tried it twice. Dogs into the zone. That pass back to Ripley. That one fired into the glove of Wright. Jacob Brammer deemed well. Brammer goes in a little too close to Wright for some of the Beast players' liking. Well, Will Stead is going to go to the box. I think Jacob Brammer might be as well here. 16-11, Will Stead definitely in the box. And Jacob Brammer sits as well. We're waiting here for the penalties there. I don't think it was much intent behind that from Jacob Brammer. I mean, he dropped his stick in the process. Get close to the goal, you're always going to get a reaction like that. We'll stay 5-on-5. I imagine it'll be 2 minutes each for roughing. .349 remaining in the first. Tie game. Goals from Tom Gabai and a 100th point for Walker Sommer. Smith finds his way up ice to Ripley. Pushed on ahead, right out of his net to play it. Tries to get it around Phillips and fails on that occasion. Pinned in the corner. Jacob Brammer sits 2 minutes for slashing. And Will Stead, I imagine, it's going to be 2 minutes for roughing. So 2 for slashing on Jacob Brammer, 2 for roughing on Will Stead. I must admit the slashing call seems a bit harsh. But we'll stay 5-on-5. 3 minutes remaining in the first. Dogs over the blue line once more. Quickly stopped by Erskine and Cathcart. Erskine plays himself into trouble. Wilson dispossesses Jack Brammer. Ripley on the back check, getting involved too. Wilson battles his way up the ice though. Fired across the front of the net. No one there to tap it home. Dogs on the breakout. Fired cross ice by Thompson. Bees calmly get it under control. Nags up ice to Erskine. Tries to help it on its way to Martin. That one will be iced. Just as I was praised the Bees for being a bit calm under pressure, they make a mistake. 2:08 remaining. Bees win the draw. Martin gets it out of the zone. Hawks will quickly regroup and launch the attack the other way, right out of his net to play it. Cycled round and Nags. Plays it off of Bjorkley Nordstrom. Nags able to collect the puck after the hit from Kelly. Wilson over the blue line. Steps around Turner, Scored away behind the net. Finds Smith at the blue line. Fired down low. Attempts to pass back to Smith is blocked. Dogs jump the pass. Lovely from Ivan Bjorkley-Nordstrom into the zone. Holds off Kelly. Loses where he is, goes behind the net. Kelly pins him to the Zamboni doors. Still able to kick it away. Balaz jumps the attempted pass. And break the other way. Final minute of the first. Kirk tries to clear it around the boards. Kept in by Mitchell. Only to a Dogs forward. Here they come once more. Mitchell does a brilliant job of stopping the first rush. The puck trickles through to Doxy. Pass back to the blue line. Winds up, fires. That one's off the shoulder of Rice. He's bumped on the play. Doxy. Might have been a B who bumped him, so nothing doing. Morris has slipped over the goal. And that will see a stoppage. We'll wait and see what happened there. 33.7 left on the clock. Dogs win the draw. Kept in, down low. Halfors fakes out Mitchell. Not so lucky with Morris. Absolute muffin of a pass there from Morris. Balaz just about clears the blue line. It's coming back the other way. Halfors. Lovely little drop pass to the front of the net. Another save for Max Wright, as Phillips can't finish the job on that occasion. Goodbye the other way. Lovely little stop from Tim Smith. That will do it for the first period. Well, you can't say it's not been exciting tonight. The Bees open the scoring thanks to Dom Gabai finishing off the breakaway. Following the feed from Marcel Balaz. Walker Sommer on the power play. Fired home goal, 55 off the post and in to tie the game up. All still to play for here in the final 40 minutes and change. We'll be back with you in about 15 minutes' time. Welcome back to the hangar for the start of period number 2. We're about, well, according to the game clock, 93 seconds away from puck drop. The Bees are already below us. The officials ready to join us as well. Stats for that first period. Shots on goal in the first. There were 12 on Max Wright, 5 on Curtis Warburton. 1 goal on that from Dom Gabai, finishing off the breakaway chance. Walker Sommer on the power play, ripping one past Max Wright as he has done numerous times this year. 55 on the year for Walker Sommer. Elsewhere in the league currently, you saw it obviously on the screen. As Curtis Walton leads out the Steeldogs. 1-1 here at the end of the first. That's just about to change to the start of the second. Telford are 2-0 up in Swindon. Swindon starting Tyler Perry and Ben Clark-Leach as the backup. Very much a case of phoning it in tonight for them. That will effectively knock the Dogs out. Leeds 1, Peterborough 1 in the second. Solway 0, Milton Keynes 1 in the first. Bristol 2, Hull 0. All eyes will be on tomorrow. It means we have our final 8 if it stays like that. Telford taking the 8th spot. It does mean, however, if Telford can beat Solway on Sunday and Romford lose at home to Bristol, then Telford will jump them into 7th. You can tell I'm bored. I don't know what playoffs are this year. As there is a giant B on the screen, because of course there is. And here's some more Bs as Max Wright leads the home side out. It's been a very fun first 20 minutes of tonight's game. We'll wait and see what the next 20 have in store for us. Dogs' first goal now officially changed. Sommer from Kirk from Bjorkley-Nordstrom. As I think we all kind of expected. And the Bees' goal now changed to Gabai from Balaz and Morris. So some excellent chiselling all round. You've got to get those points in while you can. As we are underway with the second period, Jonathan Kirk fires one into the B zone. Morris clears it up ice to Rose. Stopped by Kirk, and that creates an offside. More a case of how many would you like offside rather than who. Neutral zone face-off on this occasion. Bjorkley Nordstrom wins it, but the crowd takes it away from him. Poor pass at the back there will allow Doctor to jump on the puck. Halfors tries to find Bjorkley Nordstrom, deflected away. Cooper across to Bjorkley Nordstrom. Played on ahead, right, out of his net to play it once more. Tries to clear, can't. Lovely little drop pass in front, Dogs with it, right on the cover up, loose again, and cleared. Halfors under pressure from Ranson, chips it away from Rose, Phillips into neutral ice. Cooper. Collides with Stead, still able to make the pass. Turned away, and the Bees can break the other way. Stead, under pressure. Gets turned away by Ripley. No look pass away from Jacob Brammer on that occasion. Goodbye has to leave it on the offside call. Kirk. Gives it up to Cooper. Brammer. Puck trickles its way through to Phillips. He'll dump it on ahead. Right, long stretch pass is, well, broken up essentially. Bees still with it over the line. Stead finds Goodbye, poked away by Smith. That sets Ripley away. Poked off the stick of Phillips. Ripley. Stopped by Kelly. Puck trickles through Phillips, collects it at the blue line, steps inside one, steps inside a second, loses it just as he goes to make the pass. Ripley. Well, one bit of breaking news to the Bees here is that Stuart Mogg is now stood down below us here in the gantry booth. Goodbye drops it off the balance, that one's off the blocker of Warburton. Goodbye collects it, forces another save out of Warburton. Ripley does well to get the puck off the coach's stick and skates it away the other way. Into the zone, shot from a tight angle, takes the deflection, spins away. Bees bring it forward with Erskine. Offside called as Goodbye can't get back over the lines. Yeah, Stuart Mogg not icing the rest of the game, but he's back in his suit. Stood with Adam Rossbottom down below me here. Bees are in the draw. Warburton leaves it for Turner. Far cross ice. Clark Pizzo will try and chip and chase it around Morris. Does to the front of the net and brilliantly tapped home. Jacob Brammer, I think, on that one. If it is, he loves scoring in this building. 2 goals all season, 2 in the hangar. 23-0-1. Clark Pizzo does all the hard work and he goes to the front of the net. And I think that might actually be Jack Brammer. I might have got it the wrong way round. Too many Brammers. Jack Brammer on that occasion, 71. I should learn to read. It's a long way away from over here. It's goal number 2 anyway for Jack Brammer. Bees with the draw. Martin played up ice. Wilson doesn't beat Turner to the puck. Throws ahead as well. Lovely pass up to Clark Pizzo. Dropped off. Thompson steps in. Saved by Wright. Rebound collected by the Bees. Brammer from Clark Pizzo and Thompson, the Dogs' second goal. Bees clear the zone. Carried into the Dogs' end by Erskine. He's knocked off the puck by Kirk, and the Dogs can break the other way. Halfors offside as the man going towards the bench doesn't do so in time. Dogs win the draw. Kirk against the centre ice line, fired in. Trickles around a Doxy. Bundled down for his troubles. Back to Bjorky Nordstrom. Can't get through the Bees' defence on that occasion. Turns inside a forward on his wrong hand. Bees can't clear. Halfor's lovely toe drag from Halfor's through the Bees like a knife through butter. Bjorky Nordstrom tries to go back to the Finn. Looking for an option, finds one at the blue line in Cooper. Gets in by Kirk, just. It's allowed to roll around the boards to Halfor's. Spins away from Cathcart. Finds Doxy. Halfor's again. Place in the slot, saved by Wright. Lovely spell of pressure from the visitors. .435 gone in period number 2. Dogs win the draw. Bees the other way, quickly over the line. Balaz doesn't get the shot away. Brilliant back check there from Henry Adams. Prevents any shot on goal. Drops off for Stead. Collected by Nags. Puck off the side of the cage, falls to Balaz. That pass deflected off the cage and Ripley will step round Morris. 3-on-3 the other way. Ripley can't quite get under control of the puck. The Bees in turn go the other way up ice. Goodbye. Looks his man off to the front of the net. Will Stead. And that one finds its way home. Will Stead at 25-16 gets goal number 25 of the season. And again, another update. Swindon 2, Telford 2. Goodbye, held on as long as he could across the front of the net in top of the paint for Will Stead. And just lets it roll up the stick and into the roof of the net. Tie game. There's a conversation going on between a couple of Dogs players and Will Hewitt. Stead from Goodbye with his second goal. Dom Goodbye, point number 80 on the year. Puck dumped in, Warburton out of his net to play it, leaves it for Turner. Bounce takes it away from the Dogs forward, Bees with it again, shot save Warburton. I think it was Josh Kelly, might have been Hallam Wilson forcing the save out of Warburton, trying to go high on the right side. Turner over to Morgan. Dumped in the head, right, leaves it for Mitchell. Bees over the blue line with Erskine. Shot off the blocker of Warburton. Kept in. Shuffled around the boards by Turner. Erskine jumps on the puck. Leaves it for Martin. It's a front door and Wilson blocked by Morgan. So you can say he's a veteran D-man now. He's still absolutely fantastic. Ben Morgan blocking the shot from Hallam Wilson. That was fired on net. Right. Sells it down. Pass. Bounces off the stick of Bjorky Nordstrom. Oh, still icing. That feels a bit harsh. Here it is in front. Morgan protects the netminder. Well, protects him, screens him. A little bit of both. Kept it out regardless. Dogs win the draw. Shot blocked at the first time asking, allowed to trickle through. Halfor's stepping in the blue line off and draw. Mitchell finds Smith. Tries to get away from Cooper. Halfor's fired off a B in front. And get out over the blue line. Rose spins away from Cooper. Smith. Back high. Shot. Blocked. Kirk gets it under control. Little pocket of space to move. Fired at the near side wall. As it gets a bit scrappy between both sides. Bjorkley-Nordstrom gets dumped by Marcus Mitchell. Mitchell's pass only to Bjorkley-Nordstrom. Fired from outside the hash marks wide of the goal. Running around the boards, goes all the way back to Jonathan Kirk. Stretch pass rejected by the Bees. Kirk finds Ransom. Ballas can't find Goodbye. Turned over again. Kirk dumped on ahead. Cathcart gets there first. Smith to the Steeldogs. Back behind the goal to Adams. To draw the Bees to one side. Smith finally gets the lane, chips it on ahead. Phillips ahead of Cathcart. Tries to go to Jacob Brammer in front this time. Brammer, the no-look pass picked off by Stead. Flipped off the plexi, out the other way. That one will be icing. 11:29 remaining in the second period. Face off, won by the Dogs. Shot from Clark Pizzo is blocked. Bees cleared the zone for a moment. Clark Pizzo will fire over Jack Brammer. Lovely little drop past Clark Pizzo. Good job of stepping inside. One man, the Dogs won a penalty. Nothing called. Bees the other way. Morgan with another brilliant intercept on the pass. Still finds Goodbye. He forces another save out of Warburton. Goodbye to Ballas. That's off the side netting. Morgan will clear as he takes his netminder stick with him. That pass picked off by Turner. Brammer will take it the other way. Brammer winds up, fires. That one blocked immediately. 2-on-1 the other way. Ballas fired wide. Morgan again with the crouch block on that occasion. Thompson away from Stead. And that one is going to draw a call this time round. And I think he's actually going to call both of them. It's one of those silly penalties, I find. Will Stead is going to the box. Charlie Thompson is going to go to the box. 29-29, time of the penalties. I'm going to wait and see on this one. I think this could be a case of hooking and diving, which I will never understand that call of how can you dive when you've been penalised. There's still no one in the box for the Steeldogs. The door remains open. Here it is. Stead ties the man up. Whether or not it's a case of holding the stick or diving, we'll wait and see, as the discussion is still being had. Almost at halfway through the period. Here we go then. Charlie Thompson gets 2 minutes for holding the stick. And Will Stead So Will Stead 2 minutes for hooking, Charlie Thompson 2 minutes for holding a stick. How can you be hooked and hold a stick at the same time? 5 on 5 we stay. Bjorkley Nordstrom over the blue line. Catches a stick in the midriff. That one looked painful. The Bees will go the other way. Into the zone with Wilson. To the front of the net, that one's behind Erskine. Wilson, back high, Nags. Moved across the blue line. Kelly to the front of the net, that one tipped away by Warburton. Cooper, under pressure from Martin. Will go back behind his own net, cycle round the Halfords. Cooper, long pass, lovely pass to Halfords. That will just bounce off the stick and travel into the corner. Spins away from one. Halfords again, possibly the best hands in the league this season, personally. That attempted hit from Ollie Nags, not the best on Jacob Brammer. Nags comes into trouble. Adams turns and fires on net. Wright settles it, plays it up ice. Adams returns it back to sender. Nags tries to draw a man over, does so. Bees into the zone, Rose drops it off. Ranson radar is well off. It's bounced off on the official though. Rose back in front. Puck tied up by Phillips. Dogs the other way. Brammer loses the handle. While the Bees back into play. Turn it the other way. Ranson can't get away from Adams. Phillips. Finds its way into the corner. Halfords away from Mitchell again with somewhat ease to the front of the net. Tries to find a man. Too many six in the lane, and Wright will cover up. 8:19 remaining. Looking for the backhand pass to Phillips on the back door. Ollie Nags not letting him get the pass away. Dogs win the draw. Halfords shot deflected wide by Balaz. Back to Kirk. Turned over. Bees will just clear the zone. Kirk fired across ice. Halfords drops it off. Bjorkley Nordstrom. That one's off the blocker right. And bounces luckily into the corner. Bees will clear. Foot race to the puck. Cooper deemed ahead. It was close on that occasion. The right call probably still though. 7:46 remains. Dogs win the draw. Halfords again with a shot from the blue line, pushed aside by Wright. Back to Cooper. That pass is poor. The Bees bounce on it. Stead to the front of the net, spins around. Balaz, brilliant work from Sam Cooper to make up for his mistake. Jumps in front of the passing lane, prevents any kind of shot from Marcel Balaz. Bees with it, fired into the corner. Kirk collects the puck as the Bees go for a change. Brammer up the near side wall, tipped on by Morgan. Foot race easily won by Wilson. Pass back to Turner. Shot fired wide. Morgan. Deflected off the advertising hoarding. Nags able to get there ahead of Jack Brammer. And the pass broken up by Nags. Carries it in himself as well. Nags, lovely move to get inside Ben Morgan. Drop pass, lovely from Ollie Nags. Josh Martin is going to get the goal, but that has all come from the young D-man. 33-43, and a lovely effort there from the home side. Ollie Nags broke up the pass at the other end, stepped inside Ben Morgan. Now then, it might go down as Josh Martin. I think that's actually come off of... No, it is going to go down as Josh Martin from that angle. The other angle from the other side made it look like it come off the Dogs' D-man. I think that is going to go down as Martin's third of the season. And unfortunately not Ollie Nags' first, because that was fantastic. (3-2) the Bees lead. Played on ahead, Goodbye. Goodbye for a tight angle off the side of the cage. Martin from Nags and Kelly is the Bees' third goal. Jacob Brammer, lovely little spin to get away from Mitchell. Loses the puck though. Stead away from Adams. The backhanded pass picked off by Jacob Brammer. Balaz back to the blue line. Mitchell fired towards goal. That one's off the skate of Stead and behind. Ripley draws the penalty from Goodbye. Goodbye not approving of the decision from referee Hugh Poulton, but it is a trip nonetheless. 34-23, the Dogs go back on the man advantage. Two minutes for tripping. Dogs 1 for 1 already. Walker Sommer getting his, well, joint team leading 9th power play goal of the year. See what the away side could draw up on this occasion. Finds way to Bjorkley Nordstrom. Swarmed by Rose and Morris. Bees will clear it up ice. Kirk. To Phillips. Moves aside to Halfors. Loses the handle, and that one is cleared. Must say, I haven't seen Walker Sommer have a shift in this period yet, so obviously with the playoffs looming for the visitors, no need to risk anything there. As Kirk steps in, fired. That one's off the post and wide. It might even be the bar from the angle that's taken up and out of play. Another lovely move from the visitors. Dogs win the draw. Bjorkley Nordstrom. Phillips down low, allowed to run through to Halfors. Kirk, that one deflected up and over the net. Kirk, chance fired off the glass. 45 seconds left on the Goodbye minor. And Bjorkley Nordstrom down below the goal line. Finds his way back to Halfors. Kirk. Bjorkley Nordstrom fires, kicked aside by Wright. Bees clear the zone. Warburton out of his net to play it. Bjorkley Nordstrom on the move. This means we'll try and change it forward. Over the blue line he goes. Bjorkley Nordstrom round the back of the net. Holds off his man, fires across to Ben Morgan, who winds up, fires that one off the pads. And the Bees will clear it the other way as Goodbye returns to the game. Smith, a little chip and chase. Turner does well. Moves the puck along to Morgan. Turner. the blue line. Turned over, long stretch pass, trying to play the angles. That one picked off by Morgan. Mitchell throws that one ahead. Icing will be waved off as Josh Smith gets there ahead of Tib Smith. Balaz leaves it for Josh. Turns, fires that one wide. Cathcart down low to Balaz again. That bounces back to Cathcart. That one below the goal line, collected by Clark Pizzo. Long stretch pass to Jack Brammer, tipped on ahead. Bees able to recover. Morris head into the corner. Takes a couple of hits as he tries to move the puck along the boards. Wilson. Martin. Down low to Erskine. Loses out to Thompson. Morgan. Straight to Nags. Waits for the team to get onside. Dumps it into the corner. Turnover. Ripley will try and get past Nags. Does so. Nathan Ripley into the zone. Lovely little move. Loses it as he skates a bit too far past the puck. Bees the other way. Drop past time. Heskin, sorry, I should say, fired over the bar. Nags away from Ripley on this occasion. Chips it on ahead. Adams first to lose puck. 90 seconds remaining in period number 2. Ripley tries to cut inside Kelly. Good work from the Bees D-man. Played up ice. Kelly collects the puck, fired up the far side wall. Goodbye. Helps her its way. Stead very, very offside. Timed that all wrong. And that will stay in the neutral zone. 1:02 left on the clock. Bees win the draw inside the final minutes. Doxey. That one off a stick and bounces high off the glass. Tim Smith can't keep that one in. 46 seconds to go. So I should say Sam Cooper on that one. Cooper looks to start the rush. Takes a friendly bounce towards Bjorky Nordstrom. Stopped at the Bees blue line. Goodbye has to get back on side. That was not even close, and I don't know why Will Stead just carried the puck in. It's not even a case of momentum carried in on that occasion. He just decided to go for the rush anyway. 27.2. Before we can all go get a refill. Morris from behind his own net. 20 seconds to beat the buzzer. Receives a return pass, carries it over the blue line, away from Cooper. Poked away by the young D-man to the front of the net. Balaz stopped by Halfors. Fired down low to Balaz below the goal line. 6 seconds. Can't get it anywhere in front of the net, and the Dogs will see out the rest of the period. Bjorky Nordstrom fired towards goal. That one is wide. And after 40 minutes, we sit here. Bees 3, Steeldogs 2. Jack Brammer put the Dogs in front at the start of that period. 2 unanswered for the Bees, coming from Will Stead and Josh Martin, finishing off a lovely move by Ollie Nags. Gives the Bees the lead with 20 minutes to go here in the home season at the Hangar. We'll be back with you for that third and possibly final period in about 15 minutes' time. Don't worry, everyone, it's almost all over. 20 minutes plus maybe overtime and a shootout to come ahead of the end of the season here in the Hangar for the Berkshire Bees. Stats for the second period are as follows. Shots on goal in that period. There were 10 on Max Wright, 10 on Curtis Warburton. Jack Brammer, sorry, have done it again. With the goal for the Steeldogs in that period. Stead and Martin with the goals for the Berkshire Bees. Elsewhere in the league, you saw it through the period break, but just in case you missed it or you weren't paying attention to the screen, here are the scores elsewhere in the league right now. Swindon Wildcats 3, Telford Tigers 2. The Leeds Knights 1, Peterborough Phantoms 2, Solway Sharks 1, Milton Keynes Lightning 2, and the Bristol Pitbulls 2, Hull Seahawks 3. So as it stands, we still have Romford and Telford in the playoffs. The Sharks must turn it around against the Lightning as Curtis Warburton leads the teams out for period number 3. And hopefully no one hurt. I said no Stuart Mogg for the Bees in that second and third period. It looks like no Walker Sommer for the Dogs. The Dogs finish the league season the same way they start the playoffs next week, at home to the Swindon Wildcats. The Bees travel to Peterborough tomorrow to complete the league schedule. I'll have the man of the match vote for you shortly. Well, we'll have it in the period break, so have your phones at the ready. As we wait to get period number 3 underway. Puck drop stops straight out the gate. Bees win the draw. Morris skates over the centre ice line, fired in. Kicked in at the blue line by Cathcart. Rose. Wants to take the puck with him. Dogs the other way. That pass just behind Brady Doxey on that occasion, and icing is called. Face off to the left of Warburton. Dogs come away with the puck. Chipped ahead by Kirk, gets her ahead of Rose. Doxey gives it back to his captain. It's tied up by Dan Rose on that occasion. Bees able to clear up with Morris. Ransom gets over centre ice, chips into the corner. Cooper beats him to it. Bjorkley Nordstrom almost gets himself in trouble there. That attempts a clearance glove down by Goodbye. Ransom can't get it under control. Ripley. Breakout pass blocked by Goodbye. Nags at the blue line. Pass back to Nags, that's away from him. The zone, Kelly under pressure from Jacob Brammer. Knocked ahead, Goodbye. That pass blocked as well. Jacob Brammer to the front of the net. Ripley tries to shovel in short side, has another go. Cleared as far as the blue line. Shot fired on net, saved by Wright once more. Brammer. Push on ahead as he gets past Nags. Can't get there ahead of Wilson, however. Stead away from Adams, turned over though. Ripley tries to get past Nags again. Good work by the young D-man once more. Ripley in the corner. Nags breaks up the pass attempt to Clark Pizzo. Stead can't clear the blue line. Nags tries. Coughed up once more. Phillips. Back to the blue line. Clark Pizzo tries to find Phillips. That one's just through his legs. Shot from the blue line straight into the top corner. And it's 3-all. 42-56. Can't see this from my angle. But it looks like it might be Henry Adams and his first of the season. Absolute ripper. Tip in front off of a Bees player. Looks like has taken it high above right. I don't ask how it went in, just as long as it went in. 3-all. Adams from Clark, Pizzo and Phillips is the Dogs' third goal. Clark Pizzo does well to hold off his man. Lovely little move to step inside one. Tries to get past Morris. Gets hauled down by Liam Morris. Penalty is going to be called. I think holding has been called there on Liam Morris. 43-19. And the Dogs go back on the power play. Morris is trying to plead his innocence there. Does enough to hold his man up and, well, give up the penalty. Doesn't like it. I don't see anything wrong with it personally. Dogs back on the man advantage. They've just tied the game up. Now a chance to take the lead once more. Kelly clears the puck. Phillips plays it just behind Bjorkley Nordstrom. That one picked off by Goodbye. Fired up ice. Warburton had his net to play it. Plays himself directly into trouble. Stead can't get the pass away as he's hauled down. Dogs the other way, 4-on-3. Bjorkley Nordstrom over the line. Pass a bit too hot for Phillips on that occasion. Ripley. Bjorkley Nordstrom steps in, fires into the gutter right. He'll hold on. Face off to the left of right. Trying to get in at some point tonight. Collected by Halfors. Kirk. Bjorkley Nordstrom. Halfors steps in front of the nets. There's Nathan Ripley, and there's goal 4. 44-23. Nathan Ripley gets goal number 14 of the season. It's a lovely little move from the visitors. Tic-tac-toe. And Ripley just goes in behind Ollie Nags. And tap into the empty cage. Quick as you like, the game's turned on its head. He started with a 3-2 lead. It's now 4-3. Ripley from Halfors and Bjorkley Nordstrom. The fourth goal of the evening. Pass off a linesman. That's it trickling into the corner. Martin tries to clear. Morris. Bees can't get out of their own zone at the moment. That one will be iced. Will come all the way back. Not the start to the third the home side would have wanted. Face off, won by the Bees. Erskine over the blue line. Fired on goal into the glove of Warburton. He'll hold on. Or simply go from one end to the other. Dogs with it, Kirk. Yorkie Nordstrom tries to carry it on ahead, turned over. Halfors. Return pass over the far side. Halfors tries to get through two Bs, somehow manages it. Back to the blue line. Bjorky Nordstrom mishandles that one, still turns, fires. That one goes through everyone and out the other side. Foot race between Ranson and Kirk as icing is waved off. Rose. Leaves it in the Dogs the other way. Pass just a bit ahead of Halfors. Mitchell will collect. Gives it to Doxey. Bjorky Nordstrom, bobbling puck, gets away from him. Kelly will try and skate it clear. Does enough. Let the Bees get a change in. Cooper. At the other end of the ice. Given Phillips. That pass just about makes his way to Adams. Dogs into the zone. Lovely little move. Phillips to the front of the net. Looked to be hauled down. No call on that occasion. Instead, fired up to Balaz. Behind Nags, he just turns and fires into the zone. Warburton leaves it for his D-man. Nags can't keep that one in at the blue line. Fans on the pass. A little, still finds his way to Stead. Goodbye. Gives it up to Stead, over the blue line, tries to get through, the D-man does. Will Stead to the front of the net, forces another save out of Curtis Warburton. Couldn't get anything on the finish at the other end. Just couldn't get it under control and get any real power behind the shot. .12:51 remaining in the third. Plus overtime, maybe, if we're unlucky. Dogs win the draw. Chipped on ahead. Foot race is going to be easily won by Clark Pizzo. Turns away from Cathcart. Wilson. Pushed on ahead. That one's sent back. Cathcart. Attempted clearance intercepted by Thompson and fired into the glove of Wright. Dogs win the draw. Clark Pizzo. Lovely little bit of skill to get through the gap. Moves away from Wilson. Fired down low. Jacob Wright to the front of the net, and Charlie Thompson can't get that on his forehand to fire a shot home. Martin the other way for the Bees. Finds Wilson on the far side. Drop pass. Erskine forced away. Shot still managed to get on net. Not really challenging Warburton on that occasion. Tangle of bodies at the Bees blue line prevents any kind of rush up ice with the visitors. Kelly, that one is going to be iced. And are we ready, Nick? Yep, now's as good time as any. Get your phones and scan this QR code right here on the screen and have your say in the man of the match votes. 4 players for the Bees, 4 players for the Steeldogs. Pick your man of the match from the short list. There's not many of you watching tonight, so yeah, enjoy. Make sure you vote for both teams, everyone. Bees win the draw. Kelly. Fired up to Erskine. Offside as Dan Rose jumps the gun on that occasion. That will stay neutral ice. And you've got until the end of the third period to get your votes in for man of the match. That QR code will pop up every now and then through the evening. Well, the remainder of the evening anyway. Simply click on the bee to vote for the bees, click on the dog to vote for the dogs. Nothing to sign into, no need to give any date or whatever, just have a bit of fun. Cooper loses out as he crosses the blue line. Bees will try and come the other way. Morris into the zone, shot from a tight angle, just fired through everything and out the other side. That one up into the netting. Deflected off a Steeldog sticks, or stay inside the zone on this occasion. Face off right at Warburton, won by the Dogs and Ivan Bjorkley Nordstrom. Halfors into the zone, gets through everyone else. Mary Halfors can't get the shot away. Ollie Nags does enough to put him off on that occasion. Backdoor chance, right, sticks a leg out, does enough to kick it away from Bjorkley Nordstrom on that occasion. Cooper. Rose will try and clear. Ranson will complete the job. Won't be icing as it hasn't got enough pace on it. Doxy has to collect. Played on ahead. Morris drops his man. The puck trickles through to Brammer. That one's off the side of the net. Lags collects the puck. Pass broken up by Phillips. Morris first to the loose puck. Stretch pass bounces away from Phillips and trickles through to Will Stead. Bees into the zone. Balaz fired towards goal. Saved by Warburton. Collected loose. Goodbye. That's another great stop by a Dogs defenseman. Nick, get it queued up. Foot race to the puck. Kelly able to get there ahead of Ripley. Cathcart fired up the far side wall. Balaz. That one is going all the way back into the Bees' defensive zone. Kelly deflected off of Turner. Icing waved off. Morgan back there. Pass wayward. Balaz. Drops it off for Gabai. Shot fired on net. Saved by Warburton. That one from Adam Erskine. Kelly keeps that one in the zone. Balaz gives it away. Gabai currently having a shouting match with one of the officials right out of his net to play the puck. Fired off the glass, straight to Clark Pizzo. Balaz takes it off of him now. Fired over to Erskine, pocket picked by Turner. Offside call, he has to leave the puck. Balaz gets the centre ice line, thrown into the glove of Warburton, quickly moves it on. Right. Play in the corner. Not loose, Morris with it. Waits a little too long for the pass. Halfors on the back check. Gets the puck off his stick. Doxy spins away from Wilson, and again fired across the net, and Wright does well to hold on under the shoulder. Well, how close were the Bees to a fourth? The answer is about this close. Let's find out. Bounce back in front, turns, fires, and just missed the net entirely from Dom Gabai. I was a bit too generous to Henry Adams there. Face off won by the Bees. Martin tries to find Erskine. Foot race between Erskine and Cooper. Erskine will easily beat him out on that occasion. Waits for help. Wilson is there. Loses out. Bobbling puck kept in. Mitchell winds up, fires on goal! Marcus Mitchell! His first of the season! comes in the last home game. 52-09, and an absolute rocket from the D-man. Winds up and just steps into one. Completely wrong foots Warburton. Here's the better angle. May have come off Kirk, but absolutely fired home. Mitchell from Martin and Wilson is the Bees' fourth goal. Balaz turns, fires on net. Almost bounces past Warburton. Dogs over centre ice. Nags coughs at the puck to Ripley. Balaz takes it away before the pass to Brammer. Balaz pass not quite there. Dogs the other way. Over the line with Phillips. He looks to leave it off for Brammer. Misses out on that occasion. Goodbye. Long stretch pass to Balaz. Drops it off to Stead. Stead across to Curtis Warburton, who fires the pad out and make the save. Kept in the zone by Balaz. Down low. Stead loses the puck. Ripley spins away from Kelly. Stead will slow everything down for a minute. Tries to go through two white shirts. That doesn't work. I mean, human skittles there on the far wall between Rose, Turner and a linesman. Dan Rose is up and skating the other way. Drives the centre lane. Tries to draw Morgan out of position. Help coming for the Dogs defenseman. Out the zone it comes. Played on ahead. Ranson battling with Turner. Leaves it for Rose. Tries to find a man at the front of the net. Dogs will clear. Icing given. 5:55 remaining, which means you've got 5:55 to get this replay of man fall down. 5:55 remaining. Vote for your man of the match. You can use it by scanning the QR code here. And after last week's debacle, find out that this one actually hasn't been announced in the rink that you can vote for your man of the match now. All fun and games here. Goodbye, battling in the corner, dispossesses Morgan. Forced wide, turns, fires on net. The goal light is going off for some reason. Goodbye, shot, save Warburton, Stead at the front of the net, playing for the tip. Warburton holds on, 5:33 to go. Dogs win the draw. Bees doing well, batting about to get the puck away. Balaz pins the boards by Kirk. Scrappy, goodbye, backhanded towards goal. That's off of a Dogs forward in Halfors. That pass just behind Stead. Doxey only finds Morris. Dogs over the blue line as the Bees go for a missed-time change. Doxey, drop pass, that one up into the netting. Liam Morris covering as Ivan Bjorkley Nordstrom ghosted in. Rose wins the draw. Mitchell around the boards. Ranson waits a little too long. That's jumped on by by Kirk even, sorry. Kelly cleared up ice. Smith tries to find Rose. That just about runs through to Ranson. Ranson shot onto the shoulder of Warburton and wide. Rose. Off the boards, tipped on ahead by Ranson. Quickly returned into the B zone. Kelly, both teams getting changes in. Kelly trying to get away from Ripley. Stead evades the hit coming in and takes Brammer down. That one an awkward landing, but the penalty is called once more. 55-56. Brammer up. Does look in some discomfort there. The referees will have a chat. Cross-checking is the call. Looks like 2. Brammer has made it back to the bench. Woolstead 2 minutes for cross-checking. So, the Dogs with a big power play with 4 minutes to go in the game. Should say Jacob Brammer is going back to the changing room. Tied up. Phillips bundled down. Puck finally brought away by Gabai. Played ahead. Dogs into the zone. Halfors around the back of the net. Tries to thread the needle. Rejected by Gabai on that occasion. Bounces over Kirk and out the zone. Dogs over the blue line once more. Phillips. Back high. Halfors no one's picking up Bjorkley Nordstrom. That one's blocked into the corner. Bounces away from Phillips. Cathcart will clear. 3 minutes remaining in the third. Dogs over the blue line once more. Halfors. Move around to Ripley. Another chance. Backdoor. Bjorkley also playing for the tip. Misses on that occasion. 2:30 remaining in the game. 25 seconds left on the Stead minor. Bjorkley also tries to play that through Liam Morris. Doesn't work on that occasion. Ballas fires off of the penalty box doors and out. Warburton fires it up ice. Dogs into the zone looking to set up. Fired through traffic into the glove of right. He'll hold on. 1 second left before Stead rejoins. Through traffic, right, watches it the whole way. .205 remaining in the third. As it stands, we are going to overtime, but all still can change. Dogs win the draw as the boys return to full strength. Gabai has to find Stead. Will Stead under control, onside. Save Curtis Warburton. That could have been the moment. Dropped off to Gabai. No call on that one. Stead turns, fires. That one's straight off of Morgan. Two Dogs leave it for each other. Morgan does brilliantly well there to play it off the boards to himself. Almost gives it away to Ballas. Dogs just settled for clearing the puck. Kelly. Ballas into the zone. Rides the check into the Dogs bench. Kelly The muffin pass, and then gets absolutely trucked by Will Stead. Awkward, Dogs the other way, fired cross ice. Halfords, lovely pass, is this the moment? No, that one's blocked by Kelly. Doxey with a chance on that occasion. Inside the final minutes, Halfords leaves it for Doxey. Back to Halfords. Across the front of the net, no one there in a white shirt. There's one in Cooper, that shot blocked by Balaz. Shipped ahead into the corner, 38 seconds remaining as the puck trickles through to Halfords once more. Halfords, man off the bench, that shot deflected off the stick of Goodbye and high up into the netting, 31.2 to play. Well, as Will Stead had the opportunity at the far end, Brady Doxey had the chance to send us home early at this end. Timeout Berkshire Bees. As the clock ticks down. You get the impending doom that is overtime. The final call for man of the match votes. If you haven't already, scan this QR code here. You have your say on who goes home with the beers at the end of tonight's game. Elsewhere, it has finished Leeds Knights 1, Peterborough Phantoms 2. It is currently the Swindon Wildcats 4, Telford Tigers 4. Solway Sharks 1, Milton Keynes Lightning 3, and Bristol Pitbulls 2, Hull Seahawks 3. Here we go, 31.2 seconds, or 5 minutes and 31.2 seconds, potentially. Stay 5 on 5, face off to the left of right. Goodbye wins the draw. Cathcart will cycling around the boards. Stead can't get it out of the zone. Bees, you feel, will be pinned in for the last 20 seconds. As it's turned over to Goodbye. That one fired up off the roof. That will stay in the zone, 17.4. Dogs win the draw. Back to Halfords. Back to the blue line. Halfords is going to find a lane. Fired on goal. Saved by Wrighton. He will hold on. Kills 7 seconds. Almost the buzzer beater. Goodbye wins the draw. Morris will hold on. Off the glass, doesn't clear the blue line. That goes off of Sam Cooper and into the Bees bench. And that will come out the zone with 4 seconds to go. So I think we're going to get some bonus hockey. I think both teams are going to settle for taking the point out of this. And just playing on again. Goodbye shields up at the draw. And the clock ticks down to 0. So, what's better than hockey? More hockey. 5 more minutes or less as we head to overtime. So, a quick 1 minute turnaround. The Dogs' last visit here ended in a shootout win for the visitors. We'll have 5 minutes or less of 3-on-3. Here it is elsewhere. Leeds 1, Peterborough 2's final. Solway 1, MK3 in the second, or end of the second. Bristol 2, Hull 3, and Swindon Telford has vanished for some reason. Who cares? I can tell you that is 4-all and also gone to overtime. Rhodes Mitchell King sending that one to bonus hockey with just under 3 minutes to go. So, who starts for both teams? It's Morris, Goodbye, and Stead for the home side. Bjorkley, Nordstrom, Halfords, and Kirk for the visitors. I'll try and keep you updated as to who's on the ice as best as I can. It's going to be fast, it's frenetic, and I'm, of course, rubbish. Here we go. It's underway. Dogs win the draw with Bjorkley Nordstrom. Halfors definitely has the speed advantage on anything the Bees have on the ice right now. Also has the hand advantage. Goes for the wraparound attempts. He tries to get through Goodbye and Morris. Back high to Kirk. Pass behind Bjorkley Nordstrom. Right out of his net to play it. Right. Fires up to Stead. Bjorkley Nordstrom blew a nut tyre behind the goal. It's now 3-on-2 at the moment. Stead fired across to Goodbye. Tries to find Morris. Breakaway chance the other way for the Steeldogs. Here comes Halfors. There goes Halfors. Max Wright. Poke check away. Halfors away from Goodbye. Second chance opportunity. Kick save right again. Stead under pressure from Bjorkley Nordstrom. Bjorkley Nordstrom turns it over. Back to Halfors. Another save for Max Wright. Phillips on. It's Morris, Rose and Ballas against Phillips, Ripley and Morgan. Morris off for Cathcart. Rose into the zone. That one fired across the bow of Wharton's goal. Dogs the other way. Phillips mistimes the rush there with Ripley. Turns and goes again. Morgan loses out to Ballas. 1-on-1. Ballas fires the shot. That one's blocked away by Warburton. Dogs again. 90 seconds gone so far. Phillips into the zone. Waited a little too long. Cathcart sets Ballas away. Here go the Bees. Marcel Ballas looking for Cathcart. Goes himself into the glove of Warburton. And that's a very quick whistle to prevent the rush of the Dogs. 3:19 to go. Both teams will change up. Smith, Wilson and Kelly for the Bees. Doxey, Clark, Pizzo and Jack Brammer by the looks of it for the Dogs. Visitors win the draw. Brammer at the back. Here come the Dogs. Clark Pizzo over the line. Wraparound attempt, saved by Max Wright. Quickly moved on to Josh Smith. Wilson forced to go back. Dogs will get a full change and they sense an opportunity if they can turn the puck over. Wilson fired up the far side wall. Smith can't get past Kirk. Kirk, Halfors and Bjorkley Nordstrom back on the ice with the Dogs. Here comes Halfors. He's got one man to beat in Josh Kelly. Slows down, waits for help. Lovely little fake out. Gets past the D-man. Halfors still with it. Halfors to Bjorkley Nordstrom. Into the glove of Wright and over it in. And the Dogs get the brooms out and sweep the Bees on the season series. Bjorkley Nordstrom snaps it on goal for the game winner and his 20th of the year. 62-44 time of the goal. It opened up, he saw an opportunity, Wright flashed the glove, and for the first and only time tonight, it doesn't go in. It's up, out, and behind him and in the back of the net to send the Dogs home with the 2 points. An unfortunate way for the Bees' home season to end, but hey ho. Bjorkley Nordstrom from, I believe, Halfors and Jonathan Kirk. All three players get points on that final goal. Ooh, it's Bristol 3, Hull 3. Go through the handshake lines. I'll have the man of the match winners for you shortly. Say these two teams have one game left each in the regular season. The Dogs at home to the Wildcats tomorrow. The Bees on the road in Peterborough. Obviously no playoff hockey for the home team. The Dogs very much in theirs. They've got Swindon, Milton Keynes, and whoever finishes 7th, either Romford or Telford. Which, if Telford can pull off the win, or have pulled off the win, that is still currently in overtime. If the Tigers win that one, that will still go down to tomorrow afternoon. So, man of the match following shortly. So we finally complete the handshake lines. Firstly, for the visitors this evening, the Sheffield Steeldogs, as it's presented by, well, the Berkshire Bees Baby Society, I think it can best be described as tonight. And it goes to Elmeri Halfors. He wins the man of the match vote ahead of Jonathan Phillips, Ivan Bjorkley-Nordstrom and Jonathan Kirk. Only just 33.3% of the votes. As one of the more underrated players in the league this year. One of my favourites personally. He wins the man of the match for the Dogs this evening as they go back to Yorkshire tonight. And the Telford Tigers, as you can see there, have just won in overtime. So, Steeldogs fans, you still don't know who's going to be 7th. It could be Telford, it could be Romford, who will complete that group. Bristol just taking lead against Hull. So Steeldogs go for their lap of honour to the fans. Sheffield fans, if you've joined us on any of the 3 trips this year, thank you, of course. If you've joined us on the stream, thank you again. Enjoy the playoffs, all 3 home games and the 3 away trips as well. If you're going to Coventry, have fun. And don't forget, you got the Steel City Showdown there in April. Come say hi. I'll be there all weekend. So feel free to come and give me some grief for everything I do. The Bees man of the match will follow shortly. There are 3, I just remember there's 3 shirts off the back winners tonight. Oh no. Who thought 3 shirt off the backs was a good idea? So Max Wright is up first. He's forgotten that shirt off the back means presenting the shirt off his back. There's a lot of people down there tonight. A lot of people. Max Wright has arguably, well, let's face it, he's going to win a lot of awards next week. He should do anyway. There's been a robbery if he hasn't. Shirt off the back, number 2 is Jacob Ransom. Well, if we have a winner, this is the problem. There's a lot of people down here tonight. The end of season presentations and the like happening. Bristol 5, Hull 3. Romford will not have it easy tomorrow. That also means the Bees could still finish bottom of the league. Actually, let me check the tables. Alan Wilson is the 3rd man up. Well, at least one thing with that point for the Bees, they can't now be caught. So the Bees will finish 10th this year. They have the head-to-head advantage over the Bristol Pitbulls. So, man of the match, finally, for the Bees. Well, I can see the vote winner from here, because I can look over producer Nick's shoulder. Man of the match for your home side this evening goes to Wilstead. He gets man of the match this evening. He beats out Ollie Nags, Dominic Gabai and Josh Kelly to take home the box of beers. Yeah, all volunteers to Zamboni doors, Nick. Off you go. I can hit the end button, don't worry. It's the one that says stop stream, isn't it? Off you go. Toodle pip. You won't be seeing me down there, don't worry. Will has to sign a cap, chuck it into the crowd, as is customary for the 28th and final time this season. We've given away a lot of hats this year. I don't saw it, Nick. It's only the Zamboni doors. They're just downstairs. Who wants a Wilstead hat? Anybody? Can he clear the glass? No. William. That is horrendous. Well, he gets it over at the second time of asking. The Bees go for a lap of honour to their fans for the final time at home this season. Thank you to those who have joined us all year. 28 streams. Some of them have been watchable. Fortunately, the hockey hasn't at most times this year. I joke. The Bees have battled hard in every game they've played. Not enough to get them into the playoffs this year, but they'll look to go again in 2025 and 2026. Who knows what the summer will bring? Obviously, thank you to Anthony Russell, Tom Gray and Chris Beale, who have joined me on commentary this season. Obviously, producers Nick and Annika, hi, I'm Hook. Thank you for your sterling work as always, making me look somewhat competent at my job. And thank you to my family who put up with a lot of my nonsense and allow me to go and do this every weekend and still suck at it. And 1 year on, it still sucks and I miss him every day. So, thanks everybody. Thank you for joining us in 2024, 2025. Enjoy your summer. I'm off to watch baseball for 4 months. Have fun. Good night. Bye.